খন্দকার নাজমুল আলম স্যারকে। এই পর্যায়ে আমি ডেকে নিব জনাব আসিফ হাসান রেহান, ফুলিসন চায়না লিমিটেড, পেপকো গ্লোবাল সোর্সিং এর সিনিয়র ম্যানেজার বাংলাদেশ এন্ড ইন্ডিয়া। জনাব আসিফ হাসান রেহান।
Morning, everyone. I'm going to cut to chase. So I have 4 points, and I believe Rajiv Bhai, you're going to make notes and do the necessary things to implement. Otherwise, there are a lot of time, efforts to come here and give our feedbacks. I saw different industries for last 15 years. I was in Grameen Phone initially in my career, then in hotel industry. Then from 2018, I started my RMG career. So I can distinguish what I witness in other industries and RMG industry. And I also witness both sides of the spectrum, like manufacturing and brand offices. So the first thing Rajiv Bhai and your team needs to do for the freshers, there is an intrinsic problem within our graduates. And the problem is they do not want to get out from their comfort zone. Are you agree, Bhaiyas? So whatever you are doing with them, whatever training, we really appreciate that. Plus, please put them in the factory with the supervisor to learn cut to shape for 21 days. Before you do anything, if they survive these 21 days, please put them in other trainings. Otherwise, all the money BGME is spending with all the funding and all the efforts you guys are putting, we are not being able to retain these people. So please tailor design such a way so that these graduates go to the factory, get out from their comfort zone for 21 days. And afterwards, please arrange all this training that you're planning to do. That's my first request to you and others. Alhamdulillah, I'm privileged to go to the head office and the regional offices of brand offices, including Leicester, Hong Kong, and Poznan. It's very sad to say that in those offices, I got to witness people from the neighboring countries. You know what I mean? India, Sri Lanka. I haven't seen a single person from Bangladesh. Why is that? What is the skill gap between us and them? Yes, we're still hiring expatriates. Sorry, I'm also a replacement of expatriates in my brand as well. For last 8 years, I have been trying to understand what is the skill gap. Why the owners, why the brands is still recruiting this. I'm not sounding xenophobic, but the 3 main things I have observed that you should work on. Number 1, let me give you a small context, and please give me a reminder if I'm running out of time. I was in Epic. It's a Hong Kong-based company owned by an Indian gentleman. So every year we used to recruit 10 management trainees from NIFT. It's a very famous apparel institute in India, right? So after 1 year, I took this venture. I got the approval from board that we are going to recruit management trainees from Bangladesh. That was one of the failures in my career. I recruited from top organizations starting from BUET, BUFT, right? But the same design which we implemented for NIFT management trainees, the same we replicated from Bangladeshi management trainees. They couldn't survive. The BUETians we recruited, they left for US after 6 months, right? So the thing I'm trying to say, how can we elevate our employer branding as an employer? And I believe BGME, SICIP can help with that. There are certain universities, those who are teaching related subject, yes, we are being able to recruit from them. Those are not, I'm not going to say top talents, but there are top talents across universities. I was in Grameen Phone, we are being able to recruit from IBA and other top universities, BUET, but why we cannot do it from our industry? I got married when I started in RMG industry. My in-laws started asking, "What's a garments e kaj kore?" Why this narrative? So how can we change this narrative? Because if we are not being able to change this narrative, we cannot attract the top talents. And if we are being able to attract the top talents, we are not being able to retain them. I already shared one of my top failures in Epic, right? So employer branding, Rajiv Bhai. The third thing is for mid-level management. I was talking about the skill gaps of expatriates, right? So one thing they are successfully doing that we are not doing, we are not being able to sell our skill set properly, right? If one of our technical skill is 10 out of 10, probably our articulation, the way we communicate, it's like 3 out of 10. So how would others perceive us? 10 out of 10 or 3 out of 10? It would be 3 out of 10, right? So before we arrange everything, again, how can we develop our graduates, our mid management's articulation skill, being able to sell their skill sets? Second thing is it's a problem. It's a problem for me as well, and my colleagues can resonate with that. I have been working in HR, and we are into HR. But when I work with other countries' professionals, they think in an entrepreneurial way. They think if I work for 15 years, how can be I next Arif Sir? 15 years down the line, an entrepreneur. And they work such a way, okay, I will put everything in my work. So 15 years, 20 years down the line, I can start my own venture. So how can we change this mindset? So that's one point, Rajiv Bhai and team, that how can we start that, right? So these are my feedback so far. Thank you everyone for patience listening. I hope you will implement these things in the current or next curriculums. Thank you everyone. Assalamu alaikum.